Hello everyone. So we are going to learn about Pascal's triangle today, and this is what it basically looks like. I know that it looks intimidating, but we will break it down and we will start writing this from the scratch. Okay, so let's just see how we can actually write this down on our own from the scratch. So first of all, it starts with a 1. So here is a 1. Now I want you to imagine a 0 here and a 0 here. Okay, we are not necessarily writing the 0 every time, but just imagine that 0 here. Now I am going to write 1 again here and again here. So it means that this 1 is the summation of this two diagonal numbers. Okay, so in Pascal's triangle, any number is the summation of the two diagonal numbers which are exactly above the row. Now this one is again the summation of this and this. Okay, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to erase this. Now I am again going to write 1, the similar concept, because there is a 0 here. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Now this 1 plus 1 gives me a 2. Okay, so 1 plus 1 gives me a 2. Now again here is 1. Now again 1, this 2 plus 1 gives me a 3. 2 plus 1 gives me a 3. Then again 1. 1, 3 plus 1, 4, 3 plus 3, 6, 3 plus 1, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. I am sure you can make sense of it now. 6, 15, 20, 15, 6 and 1, and so on and so forth. You can keep going on and on and on, and this is how we can actually write this. Okay, so if you look at here as well, this is 1, here is 0, so that 1, this is 1, sorry, here is a 0, so 0 plus 1 gets you a 1. Now this 1 plus 1 gets you this 2. Now this 2 plus 1 gets you a 3. This 3 plus 1 gets you a 4, 3 plus 3 gets you a 6, let's say here 20 plus 15 gets you a 35, 5 plus 1 gets you a 6, okay, 28 plus 56 gets you an 84. Okay, that's how we can keep going on and on. So any number that you see, let's say if we see 120 here, then it is the summation of two diagonal numbers right above it. So it is the summation of 84 and 36. Okay, so that's how Pascal triangles is written. Okay, now I want you to take a second and see if you can find out any patterns here. Okay, first of all, one thing that is clearly identical and clearly distinguishable is that it has these diagonal rows that starts with 1. Okay, so even here you can see this 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, so it looks like something like this. Now another pattern that I want you to identify is, I want you to focus on this line, this diagonal line. Okay, can you tell me what it looks like? And if you focus here, you can see more clearly. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, this, right? You can see that it shows the set of natural numbers. Okay, this particular diagonal line shows the set of natural numbers. All right, what else can you see? Tell me. If you focus here on this diagonal line, it basically shows the numbers that can be arranged in such a way that we can make equilateral triangles. Okay, now what do I mean by that? So let's say that this 1, so 1 is not necessarily, we don't have to discuss about that, but 3, if we have to arrange 3 dots this way, we can make an equilateral triangle. If we have to arrange 6 dots, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, then it can create an equilateral triangle. Similarly, we can arrange number 10 also like that. So this is known as set of triangular numbers. Okay, so far we have discussed set of natural numbers and set of triangular numbers. Now we will discuss something more. Now there is one thing that we need to know, that how to identify the raw numbers. Okay, so this one is known as the 0th row. Okay, in Pascal's triangle it always starts with a 0. This one is the first row, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, fifth and sixth, and you can keep going on and on and on. Okay, so one thing to always remember is that it starts with 0th row. It starts with 0, not 1. Now I want you to focus here on the summation of these numbers. Okay, so this 1 just remains 1, this is 1 plus 1 2, this is 2 plus 1 plus 1 4, this is 8, this is 16, and so on, so on. Okay. Now, do you identify any pattern here as well with the summation of the numbers? Okay, if you just focus here, we can write this in terms of 2 to the power of n, where n is the raw number. Okay, which means that if I say 2 to the power of 0, because this is 0th row, it shows me 1. Here 2 to the power of 1, because it is first row, so it shows me 2. It means that in first row, the numbers when we add up, it gives me a 2. Here in the second row, if I add up all the numbers, it gives me a total of 4. In the third row, if I add all the numbers, it gives me a total of 8. Similarly, in fourth row, it gives me a total of 16. Now, where is this concept basically useful? So, let us say if they ask you that what is the sum of the numbers in 10th row. Okay. If they ask you such question, then you know that the formula for that is 2 to the power of n is equal to 2 to the power of 10 is equal to 1, 0, 2, 4. Okay, this is where it comes in handy, so that you don't have to write all the rows till 10 and then add up all the numbers into calculator. You can just use this formula 2 to the power of n, and that way you can just write the raw number and you can find out the answer, but always remember that it starts with a 0th row. Okay. Now, one more concept to talk about is that we can represent any number in this term T N R. Okay, we can represent any number on Pascal's triangle this way, where n is the horizontal row position and r is the number of the position number. Okay. What do I mean by that? So, we know that we start calculating the row from the 0th row. Okay. So, from the 0th row, similarly we calculate, we name the numbers from the 0th position as well. Okay. So, this one is the 0th row. Similarly, first, second, third, let's take example of this row. Okay. This is the third row. Now, here this 1 is on the 0th position. This 3 is on the first position, this is on the second position, this is on the third position. Okay. So, the position number also starts from 0, not from 1. Okay. So, now let us say that I want to write this number 3 in terms of T and R. So, how can I write this? So, T, now n is the horizontal row. So, horizontal row is 3 and the position number is 0, first and second. Okay. So, T 3 2. So, if I just tell you that tell me which number is T32, then what you have to look for is you have to find out for the third row which starts from 0 and second position of the number which also starts from 0. Okay. Now, where is this concept useful for? So, let us just look into it. So, if I have to write any number in this particular format, let us say I am talking about this number 5. Okay. If I have to write down this number 5, how can I write down? So, number 5 is which row? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Fifth row. And what is the position number? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, fourth position number. I think I just have to erase it. Okay. So, T54 is my number 5. Okay. Now, this number 5 is the summation of this 4 and this 1, right. So, if I again try to mark down number 4 that way, then it is 4th row and which position? 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So, T43 plus T, now let us talk about this 1. So, that is also the 4th row and which position? 4, right. It means that I can write any particular number over here and I can write the corresponding formula like this. Okay. Now, let us say how do we do that? Let us choose a different color. So, you have to focus on these numbers here. If it is a 5th row, then you just have to reduce the raw number by 1, okay, in both the terms. So, you do 4 and 4. Okay, you reduce the raw number by 1 and whatever the position number is, it remains the same in one bracket. Okay, and in another bracket you then reduce it by 1. Okay, let us take an example. So, let us say I want to write for T 6 5. then you first have to write t plus t. Alright, we will just rearrange the raw number position number later on. So, t plus t. Now, I told you that whatever the raw number is, you just reduce it by 1. So, raw number is 6. So, we reduce it by 1. So, it becomes 5. And whatever the position number is, position number remains the same in one spot, and then you reduce it by 1 in another spot. Okay. Now, let us double check. So, which one is T6 5? 4. So, this is 4th row, 5th, and this is 6th row. T6 5. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, T6 5 is 6. Which one is T5 5? So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, T5 5 is 1 plus which one is T5 4? So, it is 5. It means that this is correct. Alright. So, you just have to focus on this particular formula, that whatever the raw number is, you just keep the raw number as it is and you reduce it by 1 on the right hand side, and whatever the position number is, you keep the position number as it is in one box and you reduce the position number by 1 in another box. Okay. I hope this was helpful. The use of Pascal's triangle is mainly into binomial theorem, but we will discuss about that in the next video. See you. Thank you.